This is the difference between a cool AI demo and a full production-ready solution that's actually useful for businesses. So let's get straight to it. So we're going to be building an outbound voice caller that's gonna basically check from a database of leads that it has in a Google Sheet, and it's gonna call them up one by one. Basically, these leads have been sitting in the database, and they're cold leads that the company hasn't interacted with them for a while. And the purpose of this outbound voice caller really is to call them up to kind of reactivate them, try to rebuild a rapport, and just check in on them, see how they're doing, right? And if possible, try to upsell them into some sort of services. And the use case for us for this is an HVAC company, an air conditioning maintenance company, right? Imagine someone just installed an air conditioning unit for your house, and let's say 8 months or a year down the line, you just want to check in on them to see how they're doing. Is there any maintenance issues? And if there are, you can try to book them an appointment or something to try to fix that, right? Etc. So this is just one use case. So I've actually shared this build previously in a previous video, but I just want to reuse this build because I really want to kind of highlight the new Voiceflow update that's going to make it so much easier for us to build production-ready voice agents. Not just voice agents, chatbots as well, but I'm going to be focusing on voice in this video. So let me just run this out just in case you haven't seen the videos yet. Let me just run this once to see how the build is going to go.
Hi there. This is Ava calling from TrueTemp HVAC. Is this Edwin?
Yeah, it is.
Great. I hope you're having a good day. Do you have just a minute or two for a quick chat? I wanted to reach out about your heating and cooling system.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Perfect. So the reason why I'm calling today is because I see it's been a while since we last serviced your 8-year-old system back on December 5th, 2024. I wanted to check in and see how everything's been running for you. How has your system been performing since we last saw you? Any issues with heating or cooling?
It was fine.
I'm glad to hear everything's been running fine so far. Sometimes with systems around 8 years old, little issues can start to pop up over time. Have you had any work done on your system by other companies since December 5th? Or has it just been running as is?
Nah, I haven't touched it. It's working well, everything's good.
That's good to hear. Sometimes no news is good news. Just out of curiosity, are there any rooms in your house that ever feel a little too hot or too cold? Or has the comfort been pretty even throughout?
Winter's coming, and we are looking for heater at some point, but yeah, otherwise everything's good.
That makes sense. It's great that you're thinking ahead about possibly getting a new heater. Until then, keeping your current system running as efficiently as possible can really help you get through the winter comfortably. When was the last time you changed your air filter, if you remember? Sometimes that simple step can make a big difference, especially before the cold sets in.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Maybe 2 months ago.
That's totally understandable. A lot of folks lose track of that. 2 months ago isn't too bad. But with winter coming up, it's a good idea to check it soon just to be safe. With your system being 8 years old and winter on the way, have you thought about having any professional maintenance done to make sure it keeps running smoothly through the cold months?
Not really, no.
I get that. It's easy to let it slide when things seem to be working fine. The reason I ask is, with systems around 8 years old, a little preventative maintenance can really help avoid those unexpected breakdowns, especially when you need heat the most. Are you at all concerned about your system breaking down during a cold snap? Or is that not really on your mind right now?
I don't mind, having the check. It's been a while, right? So, I don't mind having checked.
That's smart thinking. A quick checkup now can really give you peace of mind before winter hits. Here's what I'm thinking. We could have one of our senior technicians come out, take a look at your 8-year-old system, and give you a comprehensive assessment. They can also walk you through how our maintenance plans might help you avoid any surprises this season. Would you be available for an appointment this week or next?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Great, let's get you scheduled. We typically have appointments available Monday through Friday between 8 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon, and Saturday mornings from 9 to 12. What day and time would work best for you?
How about like next Wednesday at 4 p.m.?
It looks like I wasn't able to confirm that time just yet. Let me double check for you. Would you like me to look for other times on Wednesday, or would another day work better for you?
Yeah, how about 2 p.m.?
It seems I'm having trouble confirming the availability for next Wednesday at 2 p.m. as well. Would you like me to try a different day or time?
Now, I purposely make the appointment. So basically, if you didn't know what the build is, it's basically set the user phone number to basically replace the phone number, and then you set the phone number to user number, which is just basically you have a spreadsheet and you're trying to retrieve the phone number that you're calling from, so which is the people that you want to reactivate with, right? And what you're going to do next is you go for a supervised agent, right? You have the prompt of basically guiding the prospect, as you've probably seen, like checking on them, see how they're doing, ask a bunch of questions with the lead qualifications, ask a bunch of different questions, like trying to get to know them, see if there are any problems. And if there is a problem, like you said, trying to like upsell it to book an appointment with them. Now, these appointments are NAN workflows, and I purposely turn them off. The reason why is because often when building these voice agents, you want to know exactly what went wrong, right? Just now, when we're testing it out, you can clearly see that the appointment didn't go through. They were having problems with the appointment. But how exactly, where exactly it went wrong, right? That's a thing to consider, right? You want to know. And the way that we do that now with Voiceflow is they've upgraded the transcript and evaluations interface. So let's check that out. So you will want to head up to transcripts and evals. And you will actually want to go ahead and go through the transcripts, right? I've gone ahead and already tested a few of these different call recordings, but basically if you just click on any one of them, you can now actually see that the entire call was recorded, which is really good, right?
Hi there, this is Ava calling from TrueTemp HVAC.
Right? This is brilliant because there you can actually see, you can hear back the recordings, you can save it, right, for analysis, you can see the transcript, and you can see exactly where it fails, right? And you can log all the evaluations, right? You can see like there's pass, fail, how long it's going to take, the platform, the user ID, and the amount of credits. It's all been really useful. But what's more useful is the evaluation itself. So I've actually gone ahead and actually put in the evaluations. And this evaluation, what it does is actually see if the appointment booking was successful or not. Just now, I turned it off, the NAN workflow is off, so the appointment booking is actually unsuccessful. So the way that you can do that is by clicking on new evaluations. And you will enter the evaluation name. So in that case, let's say appointment scheduling, right? And I can just choose a model. So how this evaluation work is that you will actually pick a LLM model, so any GPT-4o, etc., and use the LLM to score to basically score how well the voice bot, the voice agent actually does, right? Depending on the metrics that you defined. Now, it's already got a few kind of templates. So for example, if I want to know if the customer is satisfied or not, I can just click on satisfaction score, right? This is a built-in template already. So from here, you can select a metric. It can be a rating, which is a number from 1 to 5, or you can just custom code it. So it's any numbers, a range of numbers, or it can be binary, which means it can be either fail or pass or text, right? For now, because we're doing satisfaction score, let's stick with the rating, which is a number. Criteria, this is where you will put in the prompt of how the LLM, where we're using an LLM to judge the performance of the voice agent. So it's basically telling you the criteria of what would be a successful conversation, right? What would be a high satisfaction score? Like what we're trying to achieve, right? So it said determine how satisfied the customer was by the end of the conversation. That's what this rating is for. The minimum value is 1. You got a description, which is the customer expressed dissatisfaction, frustration, lack of trust, right? So this actually described to the LLM, okay, the minimum value is 1, and this is what it does. The maximum value is 5, and this is what the description is, which is express clear satisfaction and appreciation, right? So now the LLM knows if the conversation goes really bad, where the customer was like, I'm really angry, like, you suck, like, my air conditioning was ruined, like, water leaking everywhere, like, you guys are slow. Like, if the customer is angry, it will have a very minimum value of 1, right? It will show that in the transcript. That's the beauty of this rating. Or I can just, have a customer sentiment. Very similar thing, the overall sentiment expressed by the customer, deflection rate, determine whether the AI handled the issue without needing a human agent, right? So it's used for customer support. So for example, if you have a customer support ticket agent, you want to see how many tickets the agent actually solves without passing on to the humans. That's where we would use something called the binary metric, right? And the success criteria would be the customer issues were successfully handled without escalation. Fail would be the issue required handled to human agent, right? So this is kind of the built-in template that you can use within Voiceflow, or you can create your own custom evaluation, which is what I did, right? You can go to the prompt, and I've set it to be binary. And the criteria is judge if the appointment was successfully booked by the agent. The past description was an appointment was successfully booked, and the fair description, actually I forgot to book, appointments was not successfully booked, i.e. a final date time has not been confirmed by the AI, right? So you'll just save that here and you will get saved. Now you have an evaluation. Let me actually go ahead and add in another evaluation, let's say customer sentiment. And I'm just going to use the default settings, and I'm just going to click on create evaluation. From there, you can have another evaluation. Each evaluation, you can actually see what's the pass percentage over time as you talk to the agent more. As you test the agent more, you will know the pass percentage when it's 20% because I've turned it off, and you got the total number of logs and the average number of credits taken to actually do the evaluations, right? Because evaluation takes credits. And you can go through each log and actually see what exactly happened during this call when it fails. Like, why does it fail? You can just go back to this call and see exactly what happens. And that is how we evaluate AI agents, and that's actually what separates between a demo and a production-ready agent. No AI agent builds can become production-ready without evaluations. Let me make this really clear. Any chatbots, any voice agents you see, if they haven't gone through evaluations, they are not production-ready. Because it's not just a matter of, let me just go to the agent and talk to it and see how it feels, it feels good, kind of give a good response. That's not real science. That's not real testing. Real testing is actually having a matrix of what you mean by success, create evaluations like you saw here, and actually run it on transcripts, and having the data to actually back you up of the rating over time, etc., and see how well it actually performs on certain metrics. And you can show to the client, which is the business that you work with, be like, hey, I've built this voice agent, I've got these evaluations going on, and the customer, you can see, is 90% happy, appointment booking was 100%, it's always booked an appointment, right, etc. So that now you can quantify the ROI, you can justify the value of the ROI to businesses who are thinking about implementing AI, right? So yeah, this is some of the things that you can do. But before I kind of go ahead and tell you guys how to actually implement the transcript, if you want to actually go ahead and test it out yourself, or if you're new to Voiceflow, you can go ahead and actually use my referral link, voiceflow.com/Edwin and you're actually able to get 1,000 bonus credits, meaning that you can actually save $100 in platform fees, which is quite a lot, right? And if you haven't used Voiceflow before, it's actually pretty self-explanatory. It's a pretty visual framework where you use a lot of drop-and-drop frameworks to actually design your conversational agents. You can go ahead and write your own prompt, and you have a lot of controls, like, for example, connecting tools to your CRM, like Salesforce, Zapier, Slack, Shopify, HubSpot, etc., right? And it makes it really easy and simple to build this voiceful agents, and the hosting will be done for you, and you have access to analytics, etc. But if you don't want to actually build it yourself, feel free to work with us and actually use the link in the description if you want to build more advanced agents, even more custom coded, or you want more control, or if you just want us to build some voiceful agents as well, that's absolutely fine. Use the link in the description and the comment to book a free discovery call with me and my team, and then we can see how we can help. But yeah, get back to Voiceflow. If you go to transcript, right, there's a function called batch run evaluation. What that means is you're going to be running all the transcripts saved in Voiceflow, all the conversations you have with the voice agents. You batch run evaluations, and you can click which evaluation to run. For example, if I want to click on the appointment booking success rate, right? I want to batch run these evaluations. I can just run on all 5 transcripts at the same time, so you don't have to run it one by one. You can add filters in. For example, I want to only run an evaluation that is today, right? I can go ahead and do that. Or I can just want to do evaluations only on Twilio. I just want to use the evaluations on a specific user ID, environment, etc. Right? So I'm not going to do for all of that, but there's some filters that you can choose, so you don't have to run through all of the transcripts, but you can just choose the ones that are relevant to your use case. But for now, let me just run on all 5 transcripts. Based on the assumption, the number of tokens will be less than 1 credit. Please confirm you want to continue, right? So it would take credits to run evaluations because you're using LLM, you're using GPT models, not necessarily GPT, but for us, it's GPT models to evaluate how well the voice agent conversation actually goes. So I click yes. It's done running the evaluations, and you can see the results. Right? You can see that the average pass percentage is 0% because I haven't turned the NAN agent workflow on. The total logs is 5, which is good, right? Because it fails if there was no confirmed date time for the appointment, right? So it fails, right? Now, let me actually go ahead and just really quickly talk to it just to test out the customer sentiment evaluations.
Hi there. This is Ava calling from TrueTemp HVAC. Is this Edwin?
Yes, stop bothering me. I'm busy. Who is this?
I completely understand, Edwin. I'm Ava from TrueTemp HVAC. I apologize for interrupting your day. I'll make sure we don't bother you again. Thank you for your time and have a great day.
Bye, I'm in the middle of meeting. Don't call me back again. Go away. Okay, that was a bit extreme, but yeah. So let me just go ahead and go to the transcript and go back to the transcript. You can see this was fair, right? You can see the customer sentiment. Now you can see the evaluation is 2 out of 5. The customer expressed dissatisfaction and frustration during the conversation, right? So there you go. And the appointment will obviously fail because it wasn't successfully booked. So now you can actually see imagine you have 20 different of these evaluations. So if you want to see, the deflection rate of the customer support ticket, the accuracy, that's a big one, the accuracy of how the AI actually does it retrieve the correct information? Does it hallucinate? Was the appointment successfully booked? There's so many different metrics you can set up. You can easily set up 10, 20 evaluations in a production ready project. So this is one way that you can actually actually test it out and actually properly run a good, robust evaluation. So kudos to the Voiceflow team. I think this is a good upgrade, good update, and I think everyone building on Voiceflow should be using that when they're working on real projects. So hopefully that has helped you guys a lot. Again, if you've got any questions, if you need help with anything, setting up evaluations or setting up some of these projects for your business, feel free to book a call with me and my team. We can kind of have a look what your business looks like and what we look like for building these kind of AI agents. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.